Coffee conversations, steam rising in the air. Words like whispers, drifting on a breeze. Thank you to my angels who bring me to my knees. To all my angels, I'm raising my cup. For every time you caught me when I almost gave up. To all my angels, you're my sunlight above. This is my thank you. My thank you with love. The world keeps spinning, but you hold me still. Through storms and shadows, you're my steady will. Your laughter's my anthem, your touch my refrain. Thank you to my angels for dancing through my rain. Haloed in kindness, your glow never fades. Through the dark of the night, you've lit my way. Angels in disguise, or maybe not at all. You're the ones who answer when my spirit calls. To all my angels, I'm raising my cup. For every time you caught me when I almost gave up. To all my angels, you're my sunlight above. This is my thank you. My thank you with love. Charlie sending love through the morning light. Coffee's growing cold, but your warmth feels right. To all my angels, near and far away, thank you forever. That's all I can say.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good morning. What up, G2K? What up, J-Mo? What up, babe? Hey to all my bushwatchers out there who are busy this morning. And y'all still decided to come visit me. Thank you so much, because I know that you could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be with me. You chose to hit that like button, that share, that subscribe. You know, that's more than most people can ask for. So I'm very appreciative of all that, all that, all that, all that. I have not really felt good. What up, Watcher Boo? I made a doctor's appointment though. I'm staying on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my doctor. I emailed him and whatnot and everything about me, you know, having my extreme tiredness and not really having no damn energy. Like when I say I've had no energy, I mean it's like, you know how if you don't sleep, how you feel? It's like that, but pure exhaustion, you know what I'm saying? Like I got no energy and I'm like, dude, this too much, this too much. So my happy ass made an appointment. I talked to my doctor. Well, they wanted me to come in, I guess, do some blood work. Um, because I am also like there's a couple things it could be. I don't think any of it's too dramatic, if that makes sense. I think it's either I'm getting too much sleep or not enough. Could be that I'm going perimenopausal. Because my mom started going through perimenopause about this time. She didn't stop till she was 50 though. But she went through it for like a lot of years. But she also went through it because of her she had a partial. because she lost my twin brothers. So she had a partial hysterectomy. What up, H. Davis? Hold on, y'all. I got to do something because H. Davis is here. Y'all know I got to do it. Uh-oh, where's that sound at?
The champ is here! The champ is here!
The champ is here. Had to do that every time H. Davis step in the room, y'all. How you doing this morning, H. Davis? I hope you having a good morning. Oh, Lord Jesus, do mercy. I titled this Wellness Wednesday, but I probably should have made this a coffee conversation because I don't know if I'm gonna get into any topics today. To tell you the truth, as tired as I am, we might get into some topics. I'm not sure. I need to get my ass back on the ball and get back into my topics. Also, for True Crime Thursday tomorrow, y'all know I was watching the I may talk about it today. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Naziah Harris case. Jarvis Butts took a fucking plea deal. What up, Gamecock Jenny? Which is bullshit. It's bullshit, in my opinion. That motherfucker should be looking at the death penalty. But they let him take a fucking plea deal. Which means he's going to get life with the possibility of fucking parole. After he unalived a 13-year-old girl, he got pregnant and molested 6 other kids. And his shit's going to run concurrent, not consecutive or the other way. You know, when it runs together, which is bullshit. That motherfucker should spend the rest of his life in prison. I hate when motherfuckers get away with shit. What up, Gamecock Jenny? How you doing? Y'all know I had been following that case real close, that true crime case. Because when I read over the paperwork and all the shit and looked more into it, yeah. Oh, he not mad at you no more? Shit, I think they should bring back the fire squads for motherfucker like that. What up, Racing? I fucking hate the plea deals. Like, yeah, man, G2K, the Naziah Harris case, this dude had previously spent time, and I think her family should be their ass in jail too. Jarvis Butts is his name. And this motherfucker had already spent time in prison for doing this to a 2-year-old child and giving the 2-year-old child an STD. And had touched multiple other kids in the family. And this family, all them adults in that situation, need their ass in jail or at least charges for child neglect, child endangerment. Because they let these kids go with this dude knowing he was a registered offender, knowing what his charges was. They sent the kids to him. They sent the fucking kids to him. All them bitches need to go to be in jail. All of them. Every damn one of them. And y'all know I can't stand that shit. If y'all ain't looked up, yeah, it's fucked up, man. They sent the kids to the dude. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right here. If that was me, myself, and I as a mother, oh, hell no. What up, Shaker Shaker? Naziah Harris deserved justice, and she really didn't get it, in my opinion. Let me go ahead and tell y'all. Let's read this over. Jarvis Butts pleads guilty in murder of Naziah Harris sexual assault in 5 other cases. 5 other cases. Jarvis Butts, the man charged in connection with the murder and sexual assault of a 13-year-old Naziah Harris, has pled guilty in the case and several others. The 42-year-old was charged last year in connection with Harris's murder and sexual assault in other cases. He was set to go to trial in the Harris unaliving and the SA case letter this month. As part of the plea deal, several charges were dropped in each of those cases, including the actual assault charge in the Naziah Harris case. Bullshit. According to Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, Butts has pled guilty in 6 cases to second-degree murder, 4 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and 1 count of third-degree criminal sexual conduct. The prosecutor's office said that the sentencing agreement or part of the plea deal is 35 to 60 years for second degree, 10 to 15 for the count of the conduct for the second degree, 10 to 15 for the third degree, and all will be conserved concurrently. Now, let's look over what concurrently means. Concurrently means at the same time. So therefore, he will really only have to serve 35 years before he's eligible for fucking parole for unaliving a child and getting her pregnant at 13 years old. Because they run concurrent instead of they run on top of each other pretty much, and concurrent instead of the other one, which I just said a while ago, and I don't know why my brain just farted on it. Consecutively is the way it should have went. Okay, because consecutively he would have been done 35 years for the unaliving. He'd have done another 10 years, another 10 years, and another what you got. At least that would have added up to so many years, right? Somebody tried to claim he got 60 years. No, he can get out in 35. It says 35 to 60 years. He got life with the possibility of parole. In 35 years, he comes up for parole. Ain't that some motherfucking bullshit? I wonder if I gotta go ask Miss Parker, if she's as pissed off as I am about this, because she's been covering that case real heavy. If y'all don't know who Miss Parker is, she's one of the sweetest women I think I've ever met. She is so kind, so sweet. She goes by Ms. MZ Parker, Parker. Miss Parker. You know, I always joke with her and do the Bernie Mac voice. And the family knew about this dude's fucking charges. He had already previously done 15 years, 10 years for doing that to a 2-year-old and another small child, and got away with it then, and they let the kids go with him. I would never send my child with a person that I knew they knew. Like, it's not like it was a person that they didn't know how to charge, that didn't have to register. You know what I'm saying? No, this person had 6 other cases before this, had literally been in prison for it previously. One of them is his own child. Other kids in the family. Naziah got unalived because she was pregnant with his child at 13 years old. A 13-year-old. He gave a 2-year-old a fucking STD. What up, Bubba? I know it was you by your authentication.
So, sweetheart.
And you know I be authenticating like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But and if I don't know who you remember when you first come up with your new account, and I was like, wait, hold on, I don't know who this is. Is that really you? And then you had to, you know, it's like, oh, it really is. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know the account and it's new, or they've never hit my link before and I've never got to see their authentication, I will freak out. Every time.
I don't blame you.
Or if they don't hit it enough, if they don't hit the link enough and I forgot about it, it's been a couple months or it's been a year, I'll forget about it and I'll have to put up the banner. Because that's what I do. When it's somebody coming up that I don't know, I throw that banner up real fucking quick. Like, you know what I mean? And I'll leave it up until I get to know them a little bit. And if I don't know them at all, it may stay up the whole entire time until I get to know you better. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. If you hit my link and I have never seen you, talk to you, don't know you that well, realize I'm going to leave that banner up, and it's nothing against you. It's to protect my channel, because a lot of people are taking channels that way, and it's not against you. Just know that. It's not that I'm calling you a P-bomber. It's just I don't know you well enough to trust you yet. and you don't know me. We're both strangers, right? So you don't know me either. If I was to come on your panel and you just met me, I can understand you doing the same thing. Protect your channel at all costs. You know what I mean? But this Jarvis Butt situation. Oh,
It don't surprise me at all, Charlie.
I was wanting this motherfucker to get the penalty. I was wanting him to get the death penalty because it was on the table, or at least life without the possibility. You get what I'm saying? Life without the possibility.
Yeah, I get that.
It's fucked up. He literally got 35 years. And he got 35 to 60. He's eligible at 35 years. He has to do a minimum of 15.
I was going to say, I'd be surprised if he does any more than 20.
The reason he has to do that is because of the other 3 charges along with that charge. The maximum on the other 2 charges is 15 years. With the 35, he'll have to do at least 20. You know what I'm saying? So you're right about that. He'll have to do, but he got basically with 35 to 60 years on second degree. That's pretty much life with the possibility of parole. So after 35 years, he comes up with parole.
And this isn't his first time either. He's already been convicted and went to prison for this shit once.
Oh no, here's the fucked up shit. Naziah would still be here. He was out on parole from the other charge.
Yeah, I get that.
He got caught with fucking guns and was supposed to be sent back and revoked his probation, revoked his parole. And before Naziah got on alive, Naziah would still be here. She may have been abused, but she would still be here if they had actually took him to jail like they were supposed to.
Yep, happens all the time, every day. It's all about the system.
I'm going to tell you what's really sad about Naziah's case. I don't know if you've actually looked into it. The little child, her mother obviously was a drug addict and left her with her grandmother. The mother messed around with a married man. And for a long time, he didn't want to tell his wife about Naziah. So he didn't. And then eventually the wife found out about it. But even then, they didn't take in Naziah. The father, when she went missing, passed away from congestive heart failure. Before he ever found out what happened to his daughter, he passed away. Which in case, I really don't feel sorry for him either, though, at the same time, because where was you when this child was living with her grandmama and this was going on? Where were you? You had a stable life. You had a wife. You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you take your child? Because I'm going to tell you something. If I had been his wife, I've been in those shoes. I tried to, help and take children that were not mine, and we're going to love them just like I love my own. And me and the mother talked very violently. That's one of the things that broke me and my ex up, was that his first wife lost custody of their kids. We were going to take them in. I told him, you got to get your shit together. We got to have a room for each one of these kids, or at least a bed. There's got to be a separate room for boys and girls, because that's the state. They got to do home studies. So the DHS would have to come out and do a home study. You have to have a separate bed for each child. You know what I'm saying? Boys have to be in one room, girls have to be in another, right?
That's not. You know what, Charlie? Not to cut you off. That's not even accurate anymore. That's not. I know. Like the whole thing with the boys, and until they're age 15, we had a fight to get into the
same room. Yeah.
Yeah, they can be in the same room up until they're 15 now, boy and girl. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I like to do it the proper way. You know what I'm saying? Because I think little girls should be in one room and boys should be in the other. That's just me.
Yeah. Well,
but
my wife and I sleep in the front room. This is our bedroom. Our bedroom's the front room, so my kids could have their own private bedrooms.
Yeah, my mom and dad did the same thing when we lived in smaller houses or smaller apartments. My brother was special needs, obviously, right? So he had his baby bed, but me and my sister always shared a room. Sometimes we'd move in smaller apartments. My mom and dad would take the living room as their bedroom, and we would get the bedroom every time. When we moved into one, same thing. You know what I'm saying? My parents always gave us the private space where we could shut our door. And they always did that. Because that's what real parents do. You sacrifice for your children sometimes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And but when I first started covering the Jarvis Butts case and the Naziah Harris, rest in peace to Naziah Harris. She would have been last year she would have turned 14. This year she would have turned 15 years old. Her family didn't really give two fucks about her. Her grandmother, her Aunt Shannon, if you ever look at her, you'll kind of understand why she did anything to keep this man, because she looked like an ugly little troll lady. But she had kids by this dude. He had multiple different girlfriends, cheating on every single one of them. Had touched almost all of their children, his children. Had multiple charges, and I do mean a rap sheet about touching kids as long as your fucking leg, why he's out on the street still, before this even happened to these other kids. I'll never know. After giving a 2-year-old an STD, a 2-year-old, really?
Yep.
A couple of the women prosecuted, some of them didn't even say a word, which is fucked up in my opinion. They protect the perpetrator. And in this family, there's multiple perpetrators, they've said. A lot has come out about this family. The grandmother said, well, it happened to her, so, it happened to the aunt. It's just, they normalize child abuse and SA of children. They literally would send the kids to go to, because he worked in a mechanic shop, right? He was part owner in a mechanic shop, for them to be able to work for him. Why the fuck would you send your kid with a known child abuser?
Beats me. It beats me.
And to really to look into this, and when you read and when you listen to the text messages between the two, it will, oh yeah. Prosecutors also charged Burt in other cases. He was for allegedly essaying, she's now 20 years old, but when she was 8 and 10 years old, after serving nearly 10 years for essay of another child. He spent only 10 years for the 2-year-old, I believe. He was also charged in a case where he allegedly essayed a 12-year-old girl in the spring of 2013 at a home in Allen Park. He has a extensive rap sheet about touching children, and you thought it was okay to send your child with this dude, all the children in the family, even his own kids, right? I wouldn't have sent no kid to be around that motherfucker. I don't think there's anything new about the Guthrie case. I will say that if that she's lucky to be getting the news coverage she is, because that wouldn't be what would happen if it was one of our family members. Oh, my pretty chocolate girl. Hey, pretty chocolate girl. Hey, blended healing. Let me look. Yeah, the Jarvis Butt things kind of pissed me off though, for real, bro. Like I was hoping that I'd be able to cover that trial when it happened. He signed the plea deal right before the trial. At first he pled not guilty. And right before the trial happened, he fucking took that plea deal. I would have, if I was a prosecutor during his case, I would not have let him plead down to that little. I would have said, well, we'll take the death penalty off the case, but you're still looking at life in prison. Because I've seen them do that with certain cases. The plea deal is they take the death penalty off the thing, but they get life in prison without the possibility. And they usually sign for that because they know there's a big chance they're going to get that death penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, one thing about all these plea bargains and shit is that a lot of people don't realize and don't understand is that just because the prosecuting attorney and the defense attorney and the criminal have come up with a deal, the judge has all the rights in the world to accept it or reject it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. The problem is that the fucking system does this every day. And this is considered a violent offender. You know what I'm saying? He unalived a child because she was pregnant with his baby. He actually admitted where he threw her body. They still ain't found her. He admitted he threw her in the river. Where they found her school ID and her jacket and stuff, right not too far from there is where he admitted he threw her body in the river. Because that was one of the terms of the plea deal, was that he had to admit to what he did, and he had to admit where he put her body, because they were trying to find her body for the family to be able to bury her. The ones who actually gave a fuck, the ones who tried to call CPS, there were family members who did report the abuse, did call CPS, tried to do something to help Naziah, and they were, when it was found out that they're the ones that did it, obviously the family cut them off and pushed them to the side and be like, you know, you can't be around us now because you call CPS, right? That person or those people were trying to help this child and help the children that were in the situation, right? And they were made to be the black sheeps of the family because they were trying to help the child instead of the grandparents and the aunts and all that sticking together and saying, yeah, no, you're right. We should have never. They tried to go to them. They tried to tell them. Nobody wanted to listen. So they called CPS. And when CPS didn't do their fucking job, because they interviewed Naziah in front of the people she couldn't speak about the situation to. That's another fucked up thing. They did that same thing when my mom was little. They interviewed my mom in front of her abuser. How the fuck is she supposed to tell? They've already coached her for hours that if she says anything, they're going to take her away from the only person that ever loved her, which was her grandfather, right? They've already coached her and scared the victim, right? Now, I will say I have been a part of other cases like that, and they have gotten a little bit better about interviewing, you know, the child by themselves. They did it with me one time, and I told the absolute truth. I was not coached, you know what I'm saying, what to say, how to say it, and the dude knew. Like, he knew when I was telling him the truth. You know, but there is a lot of times that young kids, especially when they're real little, will be coached not to say anything, and they need to not only have, you know, it scares children when you take them in a room with an adult and they talk. A lot of kids ain't gonna say nothing. However, if they take them into a therapy setting, right, and have them playing with toys, which is what I think they should do with more small, even, you know, older children who like to draw or whatever. Find out what the kid likes. If they like music, and have them chill out for a minute. A lot of times they'll relax and are more willing to talk. But the way that they have to do it professionally is not, it scares kids, small kids and children in general. Now some places are getting better about that, but a lot of places take them just into a room with all these adults. They're scared. They're going to get in trouble, right? And that's the number one way that predators, that's what I want to tell all people with kids. Make sure your kids know they'll never get in trouble for telling you the truth, no matter what. That they will never get in trouble, because that's the number one way they get your child. Or
yeah, you got to make sure you don't get mad, man.
Yeah, and my son and myself always had a an open door policy. So it's kind of like if my son called me tomorrow, if he was out drunk with a friend and he was in a bad situation, I told him, I said, I might be disappointed in your actions, but I'm not going to hate you. You're not going to be in trouble. I'm still going to love you. But I would rather you call me than you have something happen to you, right? I may be disappointed for a little while, but that's no big deal. We can get over that. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever be scared to call me about anything. Make sure your kids know that, not to be afraid of you if they make a mistake. Because kids are going to make mistakes, just like we do. You just pray to God those mistakes don't ruin their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Like my daughter called my wife and I one night. It was 3:00 in the morning. She was out running around getting a soda from the store at 3:00 in the morning with two of her girlfriends, hiding under a car in a hotel parking lot from the fucking cops. And was I happy about it? Getting up and going and getting her at 3:00 in the morning? No. But She was honest about shit. So she didn't get grounded or any of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So,
But she felt totally bad about it.
but yeah, she felt bad about it and shit. She hasn't done it again that I know of. So
Most kids beat themselves up more than we ever could, to tell you the truth, when they know they've done something wrong. When they know that they could have put them, because I'm gonna tell you something, when they're in that type of situation, they're scared shitless just as much as we are, and they realize what they did was really fucked up. Especially when they have to pick up that phone call and call you. That is their last resort, right? So they know they're in a bad situation. They put themselves in a bad situation. They know what could have happened. So
Right.
you don't really have to do much. All you have to is, I'm glad you called me, and I'm glad that you're still alive. And literally that right there, make them go, oh my God, I know.
Yep,
You
yep,
know what I'm saying?
yep.
yep,
It's true.
100% facts.
Because I'm going to say this, my son is extremely responsible. My son actually doesn't like social media. I will say that. I keep an eye on all he does, right? The only thing he has, and he's had it for a while now, is his Discord. But he uses his Discord to talk to his gaming group, right? His gaming buddies. And I've listened to them talk, heard all their VC conversations. It was the cutest shit when they were younger. And the one little boy going, Mom, I'm on the VC with my friends. And then the one little boy tried to be a smartass to his mom, and the other kids actually said, don't talk to your mom that way. I was like, as a mother, I was sitting back listening, right, to the whole conversation. And I knew I couldn't say anything, right? I couldn't go, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm having a full-blown conversation about how amazing, what
Right.
you're saying is.
Right.
Yep.
I had to act like I didn't hear it,
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's got some pretty good friends. He's had them for a while. He doesn't believe in Instagram. He makes fun of me for having TikTok, Facebook, and all that shit. He cannot stand social media. He thinks it's the stupidest
Wow.
thing.
Smart kid. Smart kid.
Yeah, and I taught him internet safety from the time he was young. Very select people even know who he is, like know his name and stuff. Don't know his full name. Don't know where he lives. He gives them a roundabout if they're really close to him, which I think there's only been 2 that he's ever been really, really close to. But he doesn't tell them exactly. Like, you name the biggest city by you. And most of them, like he changes his name quite often on Discord.
Oh shit! I gotta go, Charlie.
I love you.
I gotta go do it. Yep. All right.
Go get your money,
Love
Bubba. Go
you.
get your money. I'm gonna
For
play
sure,
your
for
song
sure.
in a minute if that's cool, and let people hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So have a good day, and I love you. Go make your money. Mwah.
Love you too. Mwah.
Yeah. Mwah.
Love you, sissy. But yeah, no. I did make a song. Well, it's G2K's song, right? He wrote it completely. I did not write it at all. All writing goes to him. All I did was take his song and plug it into an AI program to sing it for him. That is all I did. So it completely belongs to him. The copyright belongs to him. He wrote that shit. I did not use anything to do any lyrics for it. He wrote every bit of it. I basically took one of his poems and I made it into a song for him. He actually chose to write the chorus for it. At first, I just plugged in the poem itself, right? And he basically was like, well, it needs a chorus. So he wrote the chorus. I plugged it into certain spots I thought it would sound good at. But he wrote the entire song. I did not write shit on this. No writer credit goes to me. The only thing I did was make a song out of it. Now, this song is very dark because it comes from a dark poetry, right? Something that G2K actually went through as a survivor. But I'm going to play this for y'all. I want y'all to hear this. To me, it's a banger. I like it. I made multiple versions of it, but this one sounded the best to me. When I listened to the other ones, one was too slow. One was this. They all sounded okay, but to me, this one sounded the best. I made like 5 versions of it, but 5 or 6. Yeah, I think it was 6 versions. I'm going to go ahead and play this version, though. I want y'all to hear it.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy. A freak, not a person, not a real little boy. The fists and their laughter, the names that they said made me believe I was better off dead. Course the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I killed that fear. 9 years old with the world so cold. They tried to break me, I don't break, I mold. I don't fold, I don't quit, I don't die. You can't hang a soul that was born to rise. Say it loud for the kid inside. The rope didn't win, I survived. And home held a nightmare, much darker, much worse. Hands stole my body, a predator's curse. I swallowed that filth with a throat made of stone. Terrified, shattered, abandoned, alone. One night I decided escape was my fate. A rope in my hands, my own final gate. The chair felt like mercy beneath my small feet. I prayed for an ending, for silence, for sleep. I kicked and the world disappeared into black. The cord dug in deep, there was no turning back. My neck screamed for air, my vision burned red. And I swore in that moment I'd finally be dead. Course the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I killed that fear. 9 years old with the world so cold. They tried to break me, I don't break, I mold. I don't fold, I don't quit, I don't die. You can't hang a soul that was born to rise. Say it loud for the kid inside. The rope didn't win, I survived. But death let me dangle, then tossed me aside. Even the noose couldn't strip me of pride. I crumpled in shame with the mark on my skin. 9 years old, broken, too tired to win. Yet here's the cruel twist that the darkness can't see. It failed to destroy me, it strengthened me. The boy who was bullied, the child who was used, became the man who refused to stay bruised. Course the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I killed that fear. 9 years old with the world so cold. They tried to break me, I don't break, I mold. I don't fold, I don't quit, I don't die. You can't hang a soul that was born to rise. Say it loud for the kid inside. The rope didn't win, I survived. Yes, I was shattered, abandoned, abused. Yes, I was silenced, neglected, misused. But I rose from that rope with fire in my chest. A warrior who lived through the ultimate test. So read these lines slowly and feel every cry. The bully don't vanish, we rise, we defy. And I'll speak for the children who still hide and lie. The rope didn't win, I refuse to die.
Tell me that his poetry doesn't make bomb-ass music, and I'll tell you a damn lie. That's why I tell people who write poetry are technically writing songs, and they don't even really know it. So I just wanted to show him that. So basically what my thought process was that he sent me that poem, right? And I was like, I'm going to make this into a song. I know it's going to make a badass song. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make a really good song. And so I sent it to him just from the poem, and he was like, I'm going to put, a course to it. What up, Bubba?
I didn't get the gig, so anyway, I just thought, I really appreciate you putting it together and shit, but like, I thought I'd just come up and read it real quick.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Oh yes, go ahead.
Okay, so it's called Bullied. I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye, a child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school, I was nothing but a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. And home held a nightmare, much darker, much worse, and stole my body, a predator's curse. I swallowed that filth with a throat made of stone, terrified, shattered, abandoned, alone. One night I decided escape was my fate, a rope in my hands, my own final gate. The chair felt like mercy beneath my small feet. I prayed for an ending, for silence, for sleep. I kicked, and the world disappeared into black. The cord dug in deep. There was no turning back. My neck screamed for air, my vision burned red, and I swore in that moment I'd finally be dead. But death let me dangle, then tossed me aside. Even the news couldn't strip me of pride. I crumbled in shame with a mark on my skin, 9 years old, broken, too tired to win. Yet here's the cruel twist that the darkness can't see. It failed to destroy me. It strengthened me. The boy who was bullied, the child who was used, became the man who refused to stay bruised. Yes, I was shattered, abandoned, abused. Yes, I was silenced, neglected, misused. But I rose from that rope with a fire in my chest, a warrior who lived through the ultimate test. So read these lines slowly and feel every cry. The bullied don't vanish. We rise, we defy. And I'll speak for the children who still hide and lie. The rope didn't win. I refused to die.
I just wanted to show you also, though, that you're such an amazing poet, Brian. A lot of people don't know it, that poetry and written word, if you think about it, a lot of times that's what songs are made of, right? And all you have to do is simply break down your poetry into verses and make choruses and just slide them in every once in a while, right? And it makes a song. And you did that. Like, I didn't write those lyrics. I didn't write the chorus. I wrote nothing on that song. All I did was plug it into a program, put in certain keywords to make it into a song, right? And you were the one that wrote it. That's why you know it's all you. You know what I'm saying? All I did was put it into a program to make it into a song with AI, right? But you wrote all that. There was no magical lyrics from AI creating it. None of that shit. You created every bit of that. That's why also you own the Creative Commons. You own the copyright, right? Because you wrote that shit. All I did was plug it into a program. You know. And I've got other versions of it that I can send you or play right now for you.
Yeah, go ahead. If you want, you can play them.
Different sounds. Like, I made like multiple different versions. I just thought that one hit more, in my opinion, and felt more emotional, right? It felt better, in my opinion. But I'll share a screen and show you my Sono of where I had, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versions of a song. 4 of them are from 2 of them are from the original Just Poem, right? That's these 2. The other ones are the ones that and I did old school rap first, then it didn't sound right, so then I took that out and I put and then I changed and put the rap slow, because that's what the first ones were. I put all the same, you know, things as I did the first one, trying to get it to sound like the first one, because you wanted it to sound like the poem one, right? And I tried to get the exact sound down pat by changing up a few things, and it kind of sounded similar, but not exact as the first, because I don't think they've ever heard the first ones. But I'm gonna go ahead and play just the poem. I have 2 versions of it. This is just the poem with no chorus.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just then. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said made me believe I was better off dead. And home held a nightmare much darker, much worse. Hands on my body, a predator's curse. I swallowed that filth with the throat made of stone. Terrified, shattered. shattered, abandoned, alone. One night I decided escape was my fate. A rope in my hands, my own final gate. The chair felt like mercy beneath my small feet. I prayed for an ending, for silence, for sleep. I kicked in the world, disappeared in the black. The cord dug deep, there was no turning back. My neck screamed for air, my vision burned red. And I swore in that moment I'd finally be dead. But death let me dangle, then tossed me aside. Even the noose couldn't strip me of pride. I crumpled in shame with the mark on my skin. 9 years old, broken, too tired to win. Yet here's the cruel twist that the darkness can't see. It failed to destroy me, it strengthened me. The boy who was bullied, the child who was used, became the man who refused to stay bruised. Yes, I was shattered, abandoned, abused. Yes, I was silenced, neglected, misused. But I rose from that rope with fire in my chest. A warrior who lived through the ultimate test. So read these lines slowly and feel every cry. The bully don't vanish, we rise, we defy. And I speak for the children who still hide and lie. The rope didn't win, I refused to die.
I think that was the one that was our favorite between the two. Let me play the second one.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little...
Now you hear the difference between the two. Now I'm going to show you these other four and the way that the music sounds with it. I'm not going to play the whole thing, so I'm going to play them in succession so you can hear how the slow or the fastest of it and which ones you like best, because the one I like is the one I sent you. But if you like one of the other ones that I have not sent you, obviously I can download them and send them to you.
I
was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school, I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. Oh, the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I killed that fear. 9 years old with the world so cold.
To me, that one sounds too fucking upbeat.
Yeah. It almost sounds like a Kyle King beat.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't like that one too much when I heard it. And then I heard this one. So that's after the second one is when I decided to change and take old school rap out. And I just took that out of there completely and tried to make sure it was the same. So you'll hear the second one, you understand. I was like, these are way too fucking upbeat.
See if
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school, I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said made me believe I was better off dead. Course the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I can't.
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Way too upbeat. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and I
not.
was like,
It's not supposed to be. Yeah, it's not supposed to be a happy go lucky.
No.
Oh, you know.
And you'll understand when you hear the other ones why I chose that one. Because there's a couple more from this up. One I think that sounded okay, but it just didn't hit like that one did. That one just fucking hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll hear though.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. The rope didn't win, I'm still right here.
See, that one sounds too upbeat too, don't it?
Yeah. The first part of it sounds like he's whiny. The first part of it was like he's whiny, and that's not what I wanted to portray. You know what I mean? And then the chorus kicks in and it's too upbeat, so it goes from whiny to upbeat. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear it for the rest of them. There's only one other one I liked, kind of like the other one, but to me it didn't go as hard as the other one. That's why I chose that one. Because to me, when I heard that one, I was like, "This is it." You know what I'm saying? This one right here, because you can hear the emotion, especially. I wish they would carry it out the fourth and fifth and sixth verse. But in the second, after the first chorus plays, and when he does that second verse on that AI, it just, you can hear the emotion. That's why I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It stays good throughout the song, but I wish that same tempo would have went, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Playing my goodbye, a child with no answers, just endless. Why did they hurt me?
Why does that sound country when I put it as rap, right? And so then I put raps. I put rap slow in the beginning, and I was like, maybe I changed that up. Then you'll see up here where I changed it all, took rap slow out and did other. But
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak.
See, I didn't like the way that was so slow.
Yeah, that one seems like he's trying to gather sympathy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and now you'll hear it as we go on. This one was okay, I think. This may have been, no, this ain't the one, I don't think. Hold on.
Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. The fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. Course the rope didn't win, I'm still right here. Neck still scarred, but I killed that fear. 9 years old with the world so cold. They tried to break me, I don't break, I mold. I don't fold, I don't quit, I don't die. You can't hang a soul that was born to rise. Say it loud for the kid inside. The rope didn't win, I survived. And home held a nightmare, much darker, much worse.
Oh, that might be the one I like. Like, yeah, I think it is. These are the other two that I did at the top.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why did they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. The rope didn't win, I'm still right here.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that sounded too
Yeah,
upbeat.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child with no answers, just endless why. Why didn't they hurt me? Why wouldn't it stop? Why did the world want to see me drop? At school I was nothing, a punchline, a toy, a freak, not a person, not a real little boy. Their fists and their laughter, the names that they said, made me believe I was better off dead. The rope didn't win, I'm still right here.
Those are just too slow, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like. That's why I really love this one, because when I heard it and I heard the beat, I was like, I like that beat. You don't expect it to hit so hard.
I was 9 years old when I planned my goodbye. A child.
I like the tempo of the voice in that one, and in that one right there, you don't expect when he goes into the rap for it to hit as hard as it does. You know what I'm saying? It almost like smacks you upside the head. And I was like, oh, when I heard that one, because I kept going, oh no, please stop making it so fucking like upbeat and slow as fuck. And I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you people. Like, I was steadily cussing the thing, right? And then I heard that one, and when he hit into that second verse, I was like, oh, that AI program hit in that second verse, and that dude's voice, it's an AI generated voice, but still, I could feel the emotion in the song. And to me, that's what makes a good song, is when you can find. I was gonna keep going until I found one, but when I heard that one hit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is a banger. This is a banger right here. This one right here. This is it. Fuck the other ones. I like some of the beats. Now I love the one where we just did. I love both of the ones where we just did the poem.
Yeah.
And I wish I could get that rap onto the song. You know what I'm saying? And just do the chorus like the one that we were listening to. Or even have a like a female voice do the chorus would be pretty cool, right? Just all of a sudden break into like a beautiful something like that. But it's AI. You know, you have to go with whatever. So, and I'm glad they didn't. This one doesn't mispronunciate words most of the time, which is good. But as you see, I also made quite a few of them for Arky's poker night. Ended up getting 4 of those, and then when I first wrote it, I forgot to generate lyrics for it, so those 4 are kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I made my Charlie one, these are the 2 Charlie ones that I made. But I gotta go back in there. And, I signed up for $10 a month. So for right now, I have 2,000 or something credits on there. I can make quite a few songs. And the Hood Table, baby girl, just to let you know, I am gonna try to redo yours and From the Block to the Hood Table, because I still got the lyrics saved. I'm gonna try to redo it with Sono and see if we can get something similar to that first one, to where it don't mispronunciate words and shit. Because I actually ended up getting a discount for whatever, and it's like I found Sono after the fact when I made hers. She was the first person I ever made a AI song for.
Well,
The Hood Table is awesome and amazing. I'll just say that. Her and Big Rig both. But yeah, so I'm getting better at the AI, the Hood Table. And I wrote the lyrics for her song that I made her. But it's From the Block to the Hood Table, because he calls his show From the Block, right? And she calls hers From the Hood Table. And they came together and made a show called From the Block to the Hood Table.
nice.
And so I wrote the lyrics. I call the Hood Table the cake decorating diva. Everybody calls her that because she does cake decorations. She's in the Midwest. If y'all ever need a damn good cake, that's who you need to hit up for some decorated custom cakes. That's what she does as a side job. It's a side hustle for her. She also does printing on t-shirts and things like that. She has one of those things that does for t-shirts and stuff. And Big Rig, I've always called him, it's my personal joke with him, Sexy Side Profile Man, because the side of it, like his profile picture is the side of his face when he's sitting in his car and stuff. And so I always joke with him. I've always joked with him, calling him Sexy Side Profile Man. And so I put it in the song, right? I put it in the lyrics. Like when I did Arkansas's, I put, talking about chickens, because we always call it chickens over there, right? I thought it'd be a funny little rendition. And then also, bitch better have my money. I put that in there. So, some of those lyrics were generated on Arky's. I will say that I did not write that entire song, but I did put a bunch of prompts in there for it to, add in my own special twist to it.
Yeah.
So that's when I was playing, because she said she needed a new intro. She really didn't have a poker intro. She had regular intros, but she's been doing poker night, so she didn't have really much for the poker night. So I was like, okay, you know what? I said, I'm gonna get her something that she can actually play, and I made her a YouTube thumbnail and a video to go with it. 2 different videos. I used it with Canva. But yeah, so I'm gonna redo From the Block to the Hood Table. I'm gonna try to redo the song on that. Cause hold on, let me see. Do I have it downloaded here? No, I don't. I was gonna show because I had so many From the Block to the Hood Table saved on my PC from different websites. Let's see. I think this is the first one. Was the one I'm gonna open it up. Was the one that they loved the most, the very first one that I did. And one of them changed it from the broke. I don't know why it said that. It changed my lyric when I was generating it. And I was pissed off about it. And one of them said From the Block to the Hood Table. I'm like, how the fuck do you mispronounce table? That was a T, bitch. Let's see, that's a PNG. I was looking for the song. Shit, that's when I made their thumbnail. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Maybe right here.
Yeah.
Might have been first one. But yeah, no, I thought that one that I sent to you was the best of all of them because some of it sounded way too slow and all this other shit. But this is from the Block to the Hood Table. I believe this is the one. That one ain't it. That one ain't it. That one ain't it. I can go ahead and tell you that one ain't it. I can tell you by listening to it. It's crazy. What up, Madison? What everybody coming in? When I made their intro, they absolutely adore it. I know I can go to my email though, and where I sent her the intro, the one that they like. I can play it or whatnot from there. Let's see. Dude, I don't realize how many damn emails I actually do send. Oh shit, I got 3 of them on here and I think it's, let me see which one it is. There's 3 on here. Video player. Come on, video player. Oh snap, it's my baby love. What up, what up, what up? How you doing, Hood Table girl? Oh, this is it right here. This is it right here. I found it right off the bat by doing
okay, because that's why I came up here, because I got it in the back if you wanted me to play it. But if you already found it, that's okay.
I found it. You know me. You know me.
Okay.
I just got to pull it up now. But no, I made this for the Hood Table and them, and I want to try to remake something that's just as good, if not better, now that I got the AI generator and I paid the $10 a month, and try to do some things with the video that I was meant to do the first time that I done forgot 15,000 times to do, which is put that Midwest thing, which I think I did and saved and never sent to you like a dumbass.
Yeah, you got I think you got the image of St. Louis instead of my city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it does say Midwest, so it still counts.
But this is the intro I made for them.
From the block to the hood table, big brick slabs and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rick slaps on the cake decorating diva. The one and only the Hood Table, with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we're here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight. From the White House to the gutter, we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down. From the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rick slaps in the cake decorating diva. The one and only the Hood Table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
also I'm gonna change up that video right probably very soon, because I also paid for I got a free thing with Canva for a month for the business thing. So I'm gonna use some of the free shit. You know what I mean? That I got right now. The free shit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, I hear you. Well, I'm about to drop off about here and get back to work, but shout out to the chat. Make sure y'all like and share the video. Love you, Charlie.
Love you, the hood
All right,
table.
bye-bye.
Bye. But yeah, that was when I first started playing around with really making intros, when I first really started playing around with AI music, and I was just learning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't know as much as I know now then.
Right. CFM's Queen, you know, I don't know what's going on or whatever, but you know, you can always reach out to my wife and I, sweetheart.
And you know you got me, bitch. Pick up the phone, ho. Okay, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna tell you this. I think a lot of people right now, I think it's because we're still in that lull of winter for us, and a lot of people are having that issue right now. Because it's something about wintertime in general that puts a lot of people in bad headspaces. I just been real tired recently, so I actually made an appointment with my doctor because well, I texted him. I did a, you know, my chart. I'd sent him a little message. And I'm like, I've been really more tired than normal, like to the point that I have no energy. I'm drinking cups of coffee and caffeine, and it's not doing shit, not a damn thing. And I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice or see it in me or no, because I'm good at masking sometimes I'm not. And I just been tired as fuck. And when I mean tired, exhausted, full night's sleep, still feel like shit the next day. You know what I'm saying? Going to bed at 10 o'clock, 10:30, sleeping till 8 o'clock, still feeling like shit. Like I ain't got no sleep. And I can understand, like, if I was getting woke up during the middle of the night with my pain disorder, or if, like, I was having trouble getting to sleep. But literally, when I actually sleep normally, I feel like shit. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So I made me an appointment. We're going to see what's up. I don't know, but it's best to get checked, right?
That's what they say.
Stay on top of your fucking health. Stay on top of your mental health, your physical health as much as possible, because that's the one thing. Health is wealth, motherfuckers. And that goes into Wellness Wednesday. Technically, I should have named this a coffee conversation, but you know my dumb ass. I just be putting names on shit and then not even talking about what I'm supposed to talk about. I do need to have my thyroid checked because hyper and hypothyroidism run in my family. My brother has hyper, my sister had hypo, my mom has thyroid issues, so it kind of like runs in my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do need to have a check. I know I have a liver condition, but my liver enzymes have been tested normal. I've also been really looking into, and maybe need to talk to my doctor about fibromyalgia. Because here's the thing. I've had these weird symptoms that come and go for no apparent reason over the years. Like I've had like tongue numbness, face numbness. And it comes and goes when it wants to. Like I'll have it for a little while, then it'll totally disappear, or leg numbness, or I'll start walking like a baby giraffe. Like my legs will just be shaking for no reason. People in my life have caught me doing this. I haven't noticed it too much, but my people have told me about it, like multiple people. That if I'm concentrating on something or I'm looking at something real hard, my head will start shaking. Like moving and shit. And I don't even know it's doing it. Like I don't know it because I guess it happens so often to me that I don't pay attention to it, if that makes sense. Then I've had two weird things happen over the last couple months, and it happens every once in a while. If somebody so much as touches me sometimes, just a light touch, it's painful. Like my dad touched my shoulder the other day, and all he did was put his hand on my shoulder, not in a hard way, not in a rough way. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt pain when he touched me. my husband did that too. He touched my arm with a light touch, and it just felt painful, and then it went away. It's like some really fucked up shit. Like that's why I've been trying to chart everything, right? Because it just they make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it goes and it'll disappear, then something else will come up.
Yeah, that's weird.
They have suspected autoimmune years ago, because when I had my liver went bad, tried to go bad the second time, they did an autoimmune test. My M2 mitochondrial came back positive. They said I had the precursors for PBC, but didn't have PBC. And they couldn't rule out. They didn't do a full ANA test at the time. They just did the one because it had to deal with my liver. I kind of wish they did a full ANA test. You get what I'm saying? Like a full one.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And when I got pregnant, they said what happened during my pregnancy was my immune system tried to attack my body, which made baby, because I got sick when I was 5 months pregnant. I got a head cold, just a simple head cold. And baby then created excess fluid to protect themselves, because basically my immune system was attacking baby, which would have made me lose my pregnancy. And then the excess fluid caused the liver condition, caused my liver to go bad because I had too much weight on my liver, too much fluid. My uterus was all the way up in my chest at 6 months. It's not supposed to be that. It's not, because they kept asking me, "Are you sure you're 6 months?" I'm like, "I'm sure I'm 6 months. I know when my due date is. They've never changed. I know exactly when I got pregnant. My due date has never changed, even when they, sometimes they'll change it by a couple of days or even a week. They never changed my due date at all. And so it was always measuring, my due date was always measuring what it was told to me that it was, which was April the 13th. And then another time I got another sinus infection, and I got misdiagnosed with hand, foot, and mouth disease, which I did not have. I had ulcers all the way in my throat, all the way down to my stomach. Not my mouth, just my throat. And it was from my immune system trying to attack the sinus infection, but it attacked me instead. I looked it up. It's called an autoimmune response, right? Syndrome or something like that. And the stupid ass doctor misdiagnosed because I had nothing on my hand and my feet, and you're supposed to be exposed to somebody with that, right? I had been around nobody for 2 to 3 weeks. So how the fuck is that possible? It's not. You know what I mean? Nobody in we hadn't even went outside the house in 2 weeks. Nobody in the house. Myself, nobody came over. So there was no possible way that I was exposed to that. There was no outbreak at schools. There was no, to catch that, you have to be around somebody who has it. You get what I'm saying? Or gets it or contracts it. It's one of those kind of diseases. And I had been around nobody and nobody in my house. And it's highly contagious, right? But tell me why nobody in my house caught it from me, especially my son being in a direct contact with me.
Yeah, our daughter got it at like 9 months old, man.
That shit's highly contagious, didn't it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all had to probably watch everybody else around you and yourselves to make sure you didn't get it.
Yep.
Had to wash everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody, technically, by the time I went to the hospital, everybody in my house should have had it, especially my son, because at the time he was sleeping in the bed next to me, right? And he was little, and he should have gotten it. You know what I mean? And he didn't. So yeah, I think misdiagnosis has happened, but I've been having something going on with my immune system attacking my body for years now. Every time I get sick, I'm hard to get sick, but when I do, baby, you best believe my ass is going. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
My immune system goes, woohoo! Let's have a party.
And I become a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, racing about the shaky thing. I do that all the time. I have general weakness in my legs when I'm walking. They've tested me for MS. So we didn't see no lesions. The reason I got tested years ago for that is because my grandfather died from primary progressive MS. He got diagnosed, and within 2 years later, he was passing away. Hey, my grandfather went downhill real fast because he had primary progressive. There's a difference. There's relapse remitting, which you can live with for years, right? But primary progressive, when it gets progressive like that, and it starts attacking the muscle systems in your body, and you get lesions that affect things, his heart couldn't take it anymore. So he had complications from the MS that his heart gave out. What's the biggest muscle system in the body? I mean, what's the biggest muscle that you need to be able to live? Your heart, right? One of the biggest. And his body just couldn't handle it. Like my grandfather went down to my grandfather was like about your size, G2K. He
Yeah.
was about 5'8". He was stocky, just roof. You know what I'm saying? Like he could punch a motherfucker in the eye. He wasn't fat, but he wasn't like skinny neither. You know what I mean? He was like
Yeah.
stocky, what they call stocky. And my great grandfather is where my dad gets his height. My dad's almost 6'5", and my son's the same. I take after my grandmother, my great grandmother. But he was one of the shortest ones in the family. Everybody else, every other male in my family is over 6 foot, but my grandfather lost all of his muscle mass. He was skinny as shit. Like he went from being probably 250 to like 100 pounds in 2 years. It was really, really like he lost his ability to walk. You know what I'm saying? To be able to move certain muscles. My dad had to carry him around everywhere he went. People claimed he was faking his disorder. Family members were claiming he was faking it, that it wasn't as bad as everybody thought it was, even though you could physically see it. Like I've got a picture that I didn't know that was my grandfather, because I've seen the pictures. My grandfather died when my dad was 15, so I've never met him. But I saw pictures of him when he was healthy, right? Then there's this one picture, I didn't even know that was my grandfather. That's how bad, like, his body had changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't even look like the same person. I thought it was somebody else. And my family had to tell me, no, that's your grandfather. That was when he got sick. You know what I'm saying? And the only picture I have of him when he got sick, because he refused to take photos, he had his back turned to the camera, and he was trying to walk up steps and hold on. And his legs were like skinny as shit. His arms, like his muscles were just like, his body was just giving up on him. You know what I'm saying? And it took him out. I kind of think my grandfather may have been misdiagnosed though, because I've never heard of MS taking somebody out that quick. They did diagnose him, said he had lesions on his brain with MS, and they said it was primary progressive. But now that I really think about it, I'm thinking it might have been ALS, or it could have been a very strong form of muscular dystrophy, a very rare form, because it, as fast as he went, you know what I'm saying? And as much as happened, it just didn't make sense. Somebody also suggested Lou Gehrig's disease, because you got to think that was back in the 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they misdiagnosis happened. What up, Candy Cane and Mr. Deham show? Yeah, the way that he went, it just, they diagnosed with him with that. So I wanted to make sure, obviously, that's a fear anybody has. And then when my sister came up, I'm the reason that she found out what disease she had. When she came up with her liver condition, I had gotten tested for the A1 tryptophan and knew I didn't have it. But her mother passed away at a very young age, and her mother was misdiagnosed for years. We now know that the A1 tryptophan from her came from her mother, because you have to have a genetic marker for that, right? Well, obviously it didn't come from our dad, because myself, my son, and others from my dad have gotten tested and don't have it. So it didn't come from him. It came from her mother. Her mother passed away at like 21 or 22. Like she was really, really, really young. My sister was only 6 months old when she passed away. She was six months, and her mother was pregnant again, but she wasn't that far along. They ended up finding out that it was a male child, but she wasn't that far along. Um, Come to find out, my sister had the A1 tryptosine, which is where your liver enzymes spill into other organs like your lungs, and it causes like severe fluid in your lungs, which seems like you have chronic, asthma, chronic bronchitis, and things like that, and it can also affect your kidneys. Well, her mom, they told her entire life she should never have kids, never get married, that she wasn't going to live long from the time she was little, and that she had basically chronic asthma and breathing problems. Come to find out, if you look at the A1 tryptosine thing, there was medications they could have given her and helped her, but still she wouldn't. You don't live long with that. That's why when my sister had her 2 kids, she had both of her kids, I believe, tested for the genetic markers. I told her to do it because I had my son tested just to make sure. And he doesn't carry the genetic marker, neither do I. Nobody in my side of the family does. So I know she had to have gotten that from her mother, because we have same father, different mothers. But I wanted to make sure, with her being a close relative, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it didn't come from my dad or something. And it didn't. I'll tell all y'all that if you don't know what the A1 tryptosine is, if you ever have liver conditions run in your family, have that genetic testing done. Because that virus right there, that genetic, it's a genetic disorder, is very deadly. And even PBC, what they thought I could have, can be given medications if they catch it early to help you, right? So make sure all y'all, go get your blood work done at least once a year, and get a CBC with differential. Don't just get a regular CBC. Get a CBC with differential. It's going to tell you some things if you're having problems with your enzymes, if you're having trouble with your sodium or your blood markers when it comes to white blood cell count, red blood cell count, your monocytes, all that shit. It can point to things if something's going wrong in your body. And of course, then you have to go for extra testing, but you'd rather catch most things early than late.
Yeah, for sure.
But
For sure.
I know my happy ass fixing to get off here because I'm tired and I ain't feel good. I was debating. No, I wasn't even going to go live today, but I got to keep myself in my routine. I've got to, or I will slip out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to keep myself in my routine. Yesterday I canceled and I just came over there to your house, and I just didn't feel good. And I was like, shit, I'm just going to support other people today and chill out. I don't feel good. And I just got to stay on top of it is all. And if I cancel, y'all know I'm trying not to do those things, though, because if I get in a habit of that, I'll just get in a habit of that. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to stop my routine because I don't feel good, if that makes sense. Because yeah. But I love I found you, Miss Nobody. Get it together and bring it back to me. I got to sing it for my sister. I'm the one that started calling you that, and now everybody calling you that. I was like, it's my shit. Y'all stop stealing my shit.
I love it.
I just feel privileged. I'm the one that gets to steal the booty. You know what I mean?
I know, right? It's all yo. See, that's why I told you, don't be hating on yourself for having no ass talk. Jesus took your booty, gave it to Miss Nobody, so you'd have more booty to look at and appreciate.
And I appreciate that booty.
and you booty butted. What? Booty butted.
Booty butted.
We need to take the Bubba Spark sound. Booty, boating everywhere, I found you, booty boating. G2K had his face down there. Booty boating.
I'm dyslexic. What do you expect?
But I want to say thank you, Bubba. I hope you get you some work. And today, fingers crossed, knocking on wood for you. All that stuff, because I know life be life, and trust and believe. I know life be life, and
Vegas is coming real quick, and I'm short, so I
You
was really
got
counting on a busy week this week, but I didn't get one. So I
I
got
finally
what?
decided to snow today. Cool.
I got like what? Today's the 18th, so next Wednesday. I got a week. I got 1 week from today
I'm gonna keep my
before
fingers
Vegas.
crossed that you make all that money and whatnot. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But I love you and I love Sissy. Any last words to the peoples?
Be nice. It's a lot easier than being mean, and I can't be here for this shit. Later.
Bye, everybody.
Love you. Love y'all, baby. Huggies. So remember, please wash your ass, wash your face, preferably not with the same rag. We don't need you walking around here with ass face. Please make sure you brush your teeth and gargle, bitches. We don't need you walking here with halitosis breath. And if you got fucked up teeth, get that shit pulled. Don't be walking around here like a one-tooth wonder. Please make sure that you use DO for the BO and TP for the BB, motherfuckers. Wipe till the brown is gone. Don't be walking around this bitch with fucking brownie stains in your drawers and dingleberries and shit. And please wipe front to back, bitches. We don't need you walking around here with vaginosis, okay? No stanky cooties. Wipe your balls. Make sure you keep clean balls. Don't be a dirty bitch. If you do something, at least be a clean hoe, okay? You ain't got no motherfucking excuses. If a homeless person can wash their ass, so can you, okay? So remember, wash your motherfucking ass. All right, love y'all. Bye. Huggies.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood to the day that I go. From the TUPELO. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUPELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This where the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, Texas banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800, watching out for them knuckleheads that be staying round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about around 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking around 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue apartments from OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, Charles Blue, a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUPELO. I'm breaking my